Really wanted to come in this evening to talk about something else because the president had a passing comment on his way to the helicopter. Then he retweeted that he was considering a, quote, mandatory quarantine for New York City, New Jersey, and parts of Connecticut. And words matter. And those words have created a certain amount of confusion. And when you lack clarity, that can create confusion, and confusion can lead to panic. So let me tell you what I know and what I don't know. And I've been in close contact with New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, so we try and read those tea leaves. I've had a brief conversation at the White House. And basically, I think they were thinking out loud about relooking at the hot spots, including New York area, including even Louisiana and Detroit, and figuring out what to do. And they said, we're thinking about a wide array, everything from lockdown to the status quo. And I tried to point out that, remember, the status quo from Connecticut and my fellow governors in Rhode Island, New Jersey, and New York is one, stay at home. And that is a mandate that is increasingly being followed. It is two, if you cross state borders, get yourself, if you're not tested, get yourself quarantined for at least 14 days. Something our other states are doing, something Gina's doing up in Rhode Island. I said, look, we're discouraging people from traveling and making sure they stay at home as much as possible. And I explained to the White House that these words have effect. And Metro North ridership is down by 95%. So if you're thinking about cutting off commerce, think about how much we've already accomplished there. I said, look, if you want us to, make the 14-day quarantine for people crossing the state even stricter, let's talk about that together. But all of the governors, meaning Murphy, Cuomo, and myself, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, really worried about even the prospect of what a lockdown would look like. Look, we're not Rhode Island. New York City and with New Jersey and southern Connecticut is the global capital of the world for commerce and for finance. And if you care as much as the president does about getting this economy going again, you've got to be very careful about what you say and what you don't say. I'm struck by the fact that the population of Manhattan doubles every day during work days. Give you an idea, not to mention hundreds of thousands of people going to Connecticut and New Jersey leaving Manhattan. So you have to be very careful about what you mean when you say a mandatory quarantine. We had our brief conversation, and I reminded what happened in Wuhan province. And in Wuhan, just the mention of that quarantine did lead to a mass exodus of people there. But I'm not saying there's not more that can be done, and I'm saying we're going to work collaboratively with the White House to get more done. And I'm certainly going to work very closely with my fellow governors, because I think when we work together as a region, we work a lot better together. So I don't want to sit around, and I'm happy to take your questions, but I can't speculate on exactly what the president meant by a mandatory quarantine. But I can tell you that we're working together on this. We're the ones that have to enforce it, we the governors. There are, hundreds and hundreds of roads leading in and out of the New York metro region. It's something absolutely unenforceable if they are talking about slowing down or stopping traffic. So we're going to work with them collaboratively. I hope we'll have clarity from the White House before this night is over, so that before the day comes, people know exactly what they can expect and how the White House and the governors and the mayors are all working together to keep you safe.